Hi, I'm Dr. Susan Nelson, and I'd like to welcome you to Conversations Change Lives, a series of educational lessons about advanced care planning that may change the lives of the people you care for, as well as your own. Our subject is one that can be uncomfortable to talk about, but it's also very important, about dying and end-of-life care. We spend a great deal of time visiting with our patients about their health concerns, discussing issues like blood pressure, vaccination, exercise, and smoking, just to name a few. These discussions are vital, but at some point we also need to encourage our patients to talk to us about advance directives or living wills, about who will make medical decisions for them if they're unable to do so, and about the kind of decisions they want to make. As a healthcare professional, have you thought about these questions? Do you know how you would answer them? Do you know what members of your own family would do if you couldn't speak for yourself? Making decisions about the type of medical care you would want to receive if you were unable to communicate is called advanced care planning. This video series is designed to help healthcare professionals introduce this topic to patients, talk about some of the decisions they may need to make, and to review the 3 documents that can be used to record these decisions. When we're young and healthy, there are 2 important things to think about. First, who would we choose to make healthcare decisions for us? And second, the kind of decisions that would be made. You may have memories of family members who were very ill or seriously injured, or you may remember high-profile cases in the news that drew attention to the type of healthcare people received or didn't receive. When patients are facing a serious advanced illness, it's even more important to discuss potential medical treatments and options. The conversation we're talking about can become critical as an illness progresses. If the talk doesn't happen, family members or caregivers may never know the healthcare wishes and preferences of your patients. Whether healthy or living with an illness, it's important for patients to collect their thoughts and to describe what matters most to them. Here are several questions that you may use to help patients get started. Are you the kind of person who would want to know only the basics about your condition, or as much as possible? Would you want to weigh in on every decision related to your care, or let your healthcare team decide what they think is best? Ideally, where would you want to be living? This is important because some types of medical treatment can be delivered at home, some in a nursing home, and others only in specialized settings. Do you want to be alone, surrounded by your loved ones, or something in between? Would you want an idea of how long you have left to live, or would you rather not know? When it comes to certain types of medical care, do you want to live as long as possible no matter what, or is quality of life more important to you? Only patients can answer these key questions, but if they don't share this information, family members or caregivers may have to guess or base their decisions on how their loved ones live their lives. Once patients have had a chance to reflect and organize their thoughts, they may wonder how they can be sure that their wishes, values, and goals are known and honored. To answer these questions, it's important to know that in Louisiana, there are 3 documents that can be used to record medical treatment decisions: an advance directive, the healthcare power of attorney, and the Louisiana Physician Orders for Scope of Treatment, or LaPoste. Let's begin with the advance directive, also known as a living will. This is a legal document that's usually completed in advance of a known illness. It outlines the medical treatments a patient does or does not want to receive if he or she has temporarily or permanently lost the ability to make decisions. The advance directive can be very specific or very vague. Because it is completed by the patient, it must be honored as if the patient was actually speaking. An advance directive does not need to be notarized, but to be valid, it must be witnessed by 2 people that cannot be related to the patient by blood or marriage, and who cannot be people who may inherit from the patient upon his or her death. The second document is called the healthcare power of attorney. It allows a patient to name another person to make decisions about medical care if he or she is unable to do so. Authorization does not mean that the named individual can make decisions for the patient if he or she doesn't like the patient's preferences. Please note that if a patient does not have written instructions in Louisiana, there's a specific order that determines who can make those decisions: the legal guardian, the healthcare power of attorney, the spouse, a majority of adult children, parents, a majority of brothers and sisters, followed by relatives in descending order. If none of those exist, an adult friend can be authorized, and finally, the attending physician, in consultation with another physician, can make decisions. The healthcare power of attorney document must be witnessed by two people to become valid, and notarization is recommended, especially if the choice of the person is controversial. The third document, La Poste, is more than an advance directive or healthcare power of attorney. It's a physician order and can only be used if a patient has a serious advanced illness. This document records end-of-life wishes for medical treatment and creates a roadmap for care. When it is completed, the document must be honored by all healthcare professionals. The La Poste document follows a patient across healthcare settings. A patient's healthcare representative can also complete the document if the patient is no longer able to communicate. Finally, to become valid, the La Poste document must be signed by a physician. I hope this video lesson has introduced you to advanced care planning and the key documents that may be used to outline a patient's treatment strategy when he or she has a serious advanced illness. For more information about La Poste, please view the next video in our series or visit the La Poste website at la-post.org. Thank you for watching.